Hey guys, a real quick one for you today. I was about to answer someone's question in a Facebook group, and yes, Facebook and Instagram too, I heard reports. They were both down today or having intermittent problems or whatever. Anyway, I couldn't get on to answer this question. I'd read it earlier in the day, and then I thought, okay, I'm going to take a few minutes to see if I can help out. And I believe, and I'm going by memory here, the question was about taking photos in a one of those glow-in-the-dark bowling alley situations. Now, I've never actually been to one of these things, but I hear it's fun, and so, sometimes you've got disco balls and other kind of lights in there. So I guess it's bowling with a little bit of a fun feel to it. In any event, this photographer said that he was going into this bowling alley to take photos, and he wanted to capture that glow-in-the-dark atmosphere. Presumably when taking pictures of people, some type of portraiture or something. Let's just assume it's portraiture. All right, so the question was, hey, how do I go into this environment and take pictures of people with my lighting and still be able to capture that glow-in-the-dark look? And that's a good question. It's kind of a tricky one. If you don't have a lot of experience with separating your foreground lighting from your background lighting, this could be a little bit of a tricky thing, and you could be disappointed with the results. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to set up your camera for a proper background exposure first. You're going to disregard the foreground. You want to get the scene, the background scene, to capture the way that you want it to. Then you're going to bring your subject into the foreground, and you're going to slowly dial that light up until you get a proper exposure for your subject. Another way to look at it is, you could bring your subject in first, use common sense lighting for them to get a proper exposure on your subject, but then you're going to drag that shutter speed. You're going to really slow down your shutter speed so you can capture all that ambient lighting in the background the way you want it to appear. Now, this photographer listed some of the lighting he had available to him, things like umbrellas and softboxes and various flashes and things like that. My advice was going to be, hey, you can go into this environment, bring your camera, set it on manual, try to get your subject as far away from the actual glow-in-the-dark background as you can, and then just light them separately. That's the whole key to this thing, is to be able to light your subject in the foreground without having that light that's dedicated to your subject without having it spill into the background. And as an example of this, I have some overhead lights here in the room, just regular room lights, and I'm using this one video light for me. Now we're so close to the background over here, most definitely I'm getting lighting from this main light on me, hitting this background over here. And just to give you an example, there I've turned off the room lights and the room didn't go dark. And that's because my main light is helping to illuminate that background. So if this was a glow-in-the-dark scene back here, it wouldn't really glow in the dark because it's not dark anymore because I've got this big light here. So the same is true in any situation like this where you've got like dim lights or glow-in-the-dark stickers or paint or whatever. Christmas tree lighting, for example. Like a lot of people have been frustrated that they pose somebody in front of a Christmas tree and it's got all this beautiful lighting on it, these little lights around the tree. You take a picture with your camera and your flash and it doesn't come out right because the tree doesn't look lit up. It looks like it's like the whole tree is lit up with room lighting instead of this neat, serene scene that you had in mind. And that's because your flash has overpowered the little lights on the tree. And so the same thing would happen in any situation where you're trying to maintain sort of a darker background, yet you're trying to light your subject. And the subject, the lighting that you're using for your subject is just contaminating that background. Now, I did another video about this where I show how to actually splash color in the background with a flash and some gels. And I go into detail about how to keep not only the flash with its colored gel from affecting the subject, but how to keep the main light, the big white light, from contaminating the look of the color that you've splashed onto your background. So you should go ahead and check that video out. I'll link to it here. But anyway, long story short, just separate your background from your foreground. Two different areas of lighting, just understand that, and don't let one contaminate the other, and you should be good to go. I hope this helps somebody out there who's trying to maintain a cool background lighting effect while lighting your subject properly. You know, these situations happen a lot in lots of different kinds of photo shoots. Things where you're working with interior lighting. Sometimes you're doing street photography at night and you want to get those cool, you know, lighting effects, neon signs in the background and traffic lights and stuff like that. Just different effects where you want your subject properly illuminated and you want to maintain that cool effect, nighttime effect in the background. So you know what to do. If you liked the video, go ahead and click the like button. Give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click subscribe. Leave a comment if you got some tips about this same thing. And I guess that's about it for today, guys. I'll see you next time.